سلام دوستان عزیز، خوش آمدید در یکی از برنامه‌های دیگری از صدای جوانان افغان. خوشحال هستیم که با شما هستیم امروز. دوستان میخواستم که یک تشکری خاص کنم به خاطر برنامه هفته گذشته به نمایندگی از تیم خود و از همه دوستان که ما را حمایت کردند. ما اولین بار بود که در برنامه زنده در تلویزیون ظاهر شدیم و اولین برنامه ما خالی از اشتباه نبود. امید است به بزرگواریتان ما را ببخشید و میخواستم یک نکته دیگری را مطرح کنم که در یک قسمت از هفته گذشته غلط فهمی رخ داده بود. مقصد ما این نبود که در همه امور زندگی ما را والدین ما همیشه کمک و پشتیبانی کرده است. من به نمایندگی از جوانان از زحمتکشی مادرم و پدرم قدردانی میکنم و خوشحال هستم که امروز همراه آریا جان و حسنیه جان هستم برای یک شوی دیگر. Hey guys, welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, it just got better.
Okay, so let's start the show with a great positive energy, and I hope you guys are doing well. And today's topic is about language barriers, and you guys can get started.
Okay, so Shna, you want to introduce the language barrier first, and then we'll just go on from there.
Well, the language barriers, for me, we thought it was a very important topic that we should discuss it on our show, since a lot of our supporters are mentioning that why are we not talking in Dari, and why is the show all like in English? Well, we don't want to offend anyone. Our show is a free space. We are here to talk in English or Dari, whatever makes sense. The only problem is that our Dari is not so great.
Yeah.
We are surrounded by a lot of different ethnicity at school, at work, in our daily life. And I think we shouldn't be the blame for, not able to speak perfect Dari. And even though if you do though, people still continue to complain about how our Dari is not great. And it's very kind of upsetting, not a lot, but a little bit, because we are struggling to find the perfect words to speak in Dari. I mean, I personally don't speak only with my mom or my family. I don't speak with anyone else because they don't have the same knowledge or the same background on how to properly, like even English with me. A lot of people say that I have that Dari accent when I speak English, but my Dari is not so great, but I try my best to speak Dari. And just to mention, guys, that in Toronto right now, or even in Canada overall, there's 72% different languages. So only 28% of people speak English and French. So we're not to be blamed for this, but I will let Oriana John or John to take over.
Salam, I'm Ariana, and like Asna said, she introduced the language barrier, and me and Arya on our day-to-day life. Arya goes to high school, I go to school, and I go to work, and it's fully English. And when we come home, we speak in Dari with my mom and dad, and
Yeah, we just feel more comfortable expressing ourselves in English. We know how to hold a conversation in Dari with our parents, with our relatives, but in the show, we want to express ourselves. We want to be comfortable when we talk, so we talk in English.
yeah. So like when I go to from 8 a.m. to I want to say 10 p.m., it's all English until I come home and see my parents and say my salam and ask how your day was and everything. There is a big barrier between Dari and English going on, especially in Toronto with all the Afghan youths going on here. And some of them, I want to say most of us lack dari in our day-to-day basis, and that's very unfortunate. I think myself, right?
Yeah.
That we should keep our home language to like our children, and we should educate them and make sure that it's still involved. Not saying that the parents here haven't done their best jobs, but it's just so hard because we face a lot of different culture, a lot of different ethnicity, and it's hard to keep it up in our day-to-day base.
Yeah.
I mean,
Arsenal?
you said it very, very good. Like, I'm glad that you explained that very well. And
Yeah,
it's very hard to adapt into an environment where everyone has different ethnicity, everyone has different language. And we're even like trying, we are trying our very best to an extent even at home to speak daddy with our parents, even though sometimes we mess up and they laugh at us
yeah,
because it is funny, but at least we are trying. And it's not easy to learn a language. I mean, I can speak from my experience that when I came here I did not know any English. I was just like so lost. I didn't know who was saying what. I started going to school and my teacher was talking to me, my classmates, and I was just like, what is he saying or what is she saying?
yeah,
And I had to work hard to learn that but I mean learn English, but I was surrounded by people, from like 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I'm around teachers, I'm around my classmates who consistently speak English. And daddy, when we come home, most of the time we just do our homework or go to work. And honestly, we barely see our parents because
yeah,
everyone's just so busy with their own thing. And unless we come all together at dinner table and just sit down and talk about our days. But it's mostly like, like two words study and two words English because we
yeah,
don't know those exact words how to say it in that which is a problem for us because they don't teach us here. Like it's not a
no,
subject. No one
yeah.
really no one
And
really
to
like
add on, that
yeah.
in, I don't know about you guys, but back in our high school or elementary school it was, that I remember my teacher, I was talking to my friend and we were speaking in Dari, and they encourage us to not speak in a different language in front of them because they don't want to feel left out. And that just, there's so many other factors that, stop us from speaking our language in school. Like he literally told us not to speak Dari, right? Like in
Yeah.
elementary school, they tell us not to speak in any other language except English. They want to know what we're talking about.
Yeah, people tend to feel scared and tend to back away
Yeah.
when we start speaking daddy, and we tend to learn from that.
Hmm.
And at school, when you see that people are, for lack of better words, scared of you when you speak daddy, then you come home and you're like, okay, English is normal. We live in Canada. This is now normalized, and we have to start speaking like this. But
Yeah.
then now when we face the Afghan community, it's like, no, that is normal. You have to start taking that. And I guess confusing and I guess really hard on us to try to keep up with both. And we're really trying to do our best. I like to speak Daddy at home with my parents because I know if I mess up with them, the worst that can happen is they laugh. We all have a good chuckle out of it. But when I speak it towards everyone and I know a bunch of people are watching me, then it's like if I mess up, then that's on me.
And to add on, like even when we do speak daddy outside, and like I say a one two word, it people do make fun of you, like crucially, like if you mess up a word, it's insane how much you will get insulted by it. So that's why we plan on not to speak in daddy
We don't want to
on live
offend
TV.
we don't want to offend anyone if we say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And even in English, we might mess up, but in that it will be way worse.
But this is an area that we feel comfortable to speak and we'll speak our minds, and we feel like we should speak in English, which is why it's like our basically like comfortable language.
Okay, Husnia John, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that personally, we have me and Usnoa have more experience in English because we went to school here. Like it was our first time going to school in here. Like back home in Afghanistan, we didn't go to school. So when we came here, it was our first time, and I remember that it was really hard for us to like learn the new language and to understand like teachers and classmates. So we had a lot of difficulties to like learn a new language, and that was but like
I
now
mean,
that we
yeah,
learn it,
honestly, go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
what we see when we saw you guys come here, we were wowed. Like you guys had to learn a whole complete new language,
Yeah.
how to come fit in, and what you thought was once normal completely changed for you. So props to you guys for that. We
And
grew,
like to fit in crowds,
yeah,
like to make friends,
yeah,
like that's really hard when you don't speak the actual like language, you know?
we
Yeah.
grew up here, so it was completely normal and easy for us to communicate. But once you have to learn a whole new language, it's like growing up all over again. It's like I don't know how to communicate with these people, especially your teachers and your classmates and anyone you see on the streets.
Yeah. And Usnia, I have a question for you. To like, since you were the youngest one to come here, how hard was it for you to interact with other students? Like on recess, seeing them day to day, like how did you make friends? Basically.
well, I actually had trouble making friends since I really didn't know how to speak English. So I used to like hang out with Asna mostly. But then I remember when she graduated high school, and my teachers actually encouraged me to make new friends so I can like I can speak more and like get to know them. So I actually don't know. I just
So like most of your
started
friends,
talking to
were
them.
they Afghans or were they just Caucasians?
No, they were just
No?
Caucasian.
Okay.
Like I hadn't have any Afghan friends.
No?
No.
No, because honestly, I can speak from my experience. There's not a lot of Afghans like around us. Like even at school, though, if they're Afghan, they have this thing to like hide their ethnicity. They don't
Yeah,
want others to know that they're Afghan. Like I've realized that a lot.
yeah. As we were talking about in our last show, we're slowly, as we see, decreasing. But in reality, people don't want to admit and show their true ethnicity,
Yeah.
and that makes us, when we would tell people we're Afghan, feel
Like less worthy
yeah.
almost. And I want to say back in high school, I think I had like two Afghan friends. Two. That's it.
But then there were a ton of Afghans all over, but no one told anyone.
Yeah, nobody, everyone kept it to themselves,
And you
which
see
is,
how all different ethnicities would group together and they would all hang out, but there was never like an Afghan group.
yeah, which is confusing. Like, why would you want to keep it to yourself? And that's what I've been like questioning, basically.
And you know what else is so like a bit upsetting that even at schools though they have many different extracurriculars at after school or even teams when they do like potluck or multicultural night, and
Yeah,
they have different groups. They have Filipinos, they have white, they have black, they have Indian, they have Sri Lankan, they have like hundreds of teams, but it's never like we don't have that Afghan team that we can like be like, oh yeah, that's our team.
yeah,
We can go there and we can participate and we can just take a part of that being Afghan. And
yeah.
even though like, at my school I have two or three Afghan teachers, I'm pretty sure that they try their best, but it's just like it's not enough.
Yeah.
They made this being Afghan thing so scary for everyone, and I think it's just a bit uh, upsetting because we don't have that support in here.
I feel like we need more like community groups and like, and just to like let everyone in high school feel comfortable. Like back in high school and elementary school, you honestly don't know where you fit if there's no like groups. Honestly, like there was no like what are those called? Like the the clubs. Yeah, like there wasn't much clubs to like make you feel comfortable. Like I wish there was like an Afghan club. Like students who are
Yeah.
like from Afghanistan, they can come and talk together and talk about what's going on at home and like these problems that are going on and that we will talk about in this show.
Yep, definitely. We'll just take a short break and we will be back in a few minutes.
بهار میآید. چی وقت در کجا؟ سلام دوست عزیز، من منوزالم یک پیام خاص دارم براتان. برنامه های زیبای تلویزیون جهانی امید 24 در شب نوروز فراموش نکنین، به خصوص برنامه نگینه ها. They say that spring's coming. Where? When? Hello friends, I'm Anazlim, have a very special message for you all. Don't forget to watch the incredible TV shows on Omi TV 24 on Nowruz Eve, especially the Niginaha show. Tashakar, thank you.
Okay, guys, welcome back, and let's continue with our conversation. It was great that we highlighted those important things, and I really hope, underline that our supporters or the people that are watching this right now do not get offended that we brought this up, because we think that it was a very important thing to talk about it, and yeah.
Yeah, it's never easy always being right
Are you?
in front of a
Never mind.
camera. Okay.
Yeah.
It's never easy being in front of a camera and expressing yourself. And throughout this whole show, we would never want to offend anybody. We're here to voice our opinion and what we see from our day-to-day life, and we're here to voice the opinions of other Afghan students that we know.
Yeah, like there should be a safe spot where anyone can come and call and basically agree or give their examples to us, like where we can like see like all the Afghans who face these challenges that we discuss every show. And if you have a language barrier problem, you could probably chat in the comments. Of course, it's going to be posted. You guys can go like our page on Facebook. Asna, you can say the name of the page.
So the name of our Facebook page is AFTOR. It stands for Afghan of Tronos. Uh, because there was so many Voice of Afghan youth on Facebook, we decided to change it so it'd be easier for others to find us. And it's our life will be posted, and we will keep updating you guys regarding our shows. And we also have a at Gmail, that youthafghan94 at gmail.com. If feel free to email us anytime that you want. You can directly message us through Facebook.
Yeah.
We will try our very best to reply back, and we're working on getting a phone numbers as soon as possible, so you guys would be able to call in these shows, share your thoughts and comments.
Yeah, because our show is not just about us four girls. Our show is about the voice of Afghan youth. Our show is about expressing what.
Challenges we face
Yeah.
on a day-to-day basis.
So please don't be shy to call, email, or even leave a comment. We accept all constructive criticism, and we're overwhelmed with all the love so far.
Yeah, and I just want to make sure that if you do feel kind of nervous, anxious, making a comment, you can also say it anonymously. We will not be saying names if you don't wish to, and we just want to get your message heard throughout the show because clearly we are being viewed by a lot of people, and we want to make sure that we address all problems if we can. Yeah.
We want the voice of
Yeah, I
everybody.
agree.
Yeah.
And our show is not to, I just want to mention this, that it's not only about us. We want to expand this. We really would love to get everyone, involved in this. If you guys have any suggestion, you're welcome to tell us. Obviously, we're not master as making shows or talking about. We try our best to talk about the challenges that we have faced in the daily life or being as an Afghan. So it's very hard for us to pick these kind of topics um, in a very considered way. We do not want to make any mistake. Again, we're not, every human makes mistakes. We're not perfect, but we will try to, keep everyone in the loop, make you guys make your voices heard, and yeah. Well, guys, we're excited to present our next week's show, which is about Now Rose. And we are working on a video to create. If anyone wants to, send us a little video saying Happy Now Rose, you guys can directly email it to us or uh, send us a DM and Facebook. And we are very looking forward to talk about Now Rose, which is next week, I believe, on Saturday. But our
Mhm.
show will be taking place on Sunday at 8:30. Again, we're going to be live, and hopefully we present something good for everyone.
And to touch more on the video, since we are the voice of Afghan youth and it's just us four, we can't have a whole video of us. We would please love if people sent in videos. It only has to be a 5-second clip. You can give a message. All you have to say is Happy Nowruz, anything you like.
Yeah. And I think it would be very fun, like a fun activity or a way to show others that, we really do appreciate our tradition. As you guys know that, we don't really celebrate Eid or Nowruz or any other um, tradition in here. Um, like Afghan tradition. It's always about, you know, um, Christmas, New Year's, they get a day off, but we don't in Nowruz, which is just not, not the greatest thing. But I think we could work it out.
Yeah, I remember back when I was little, I was talking to my parents. I was like, how come there's like holidays off for Christmas? There's holidays off for like other events, but not Eid, Nowruz. It's just we have to either call in sick for school or we have to.
And even to touch on that, during Ramadan, students still have to go to school when they're fasting. But during a holiday like Christmas, you don't have to do anything, but yet you don't get to go to school for a week, 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Well, guys, I want to mention something great that if you do send a funny clip of 5 seconds, we are definitely going to be giving out prizes. And we're looking forward to, seeing those great videos. Uh, and yeah.
So I think we have touched everything about language barrier, and then do we want to talk about next week's topic that we're going to discuss so we can get some comments, constructive criticisms that we want to give out. I believe the next topic we're talking about would be what was it again? It's not. Do you have it?
Uh, Next week's show, because since it's now Rose, we are going to talk about now Rose. So if you
Oh,
guys have any, pardon?
we're not going to talk about the other topics.
I think we should just, cover up the Nowruz show, and then after that we will discuss it.
Okay,
We
sounds
have a lot planned for you guys.
can't wait. This is gonna be a great show, great Sunday for everyone.
And hopefully, we're all learning from this experience just like we are.
Yeah, this is a first for everyone, especially us.
خب دوستای عزیز وقتتان از یاد گرفتیم تا شوی دیگر. امید کمتان سیف باشین از تمام مریضی های دنیا و بخصوص کووید. تا برنامه دیگر، خداحافظ.
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 بهار میآید. چی وقت در کجا؟ سلام دوستای عزیز. من منوز حالا یک پیام خاص دارم براتان. برنامه های زیبای تلویزیون جهانی امید 24 در شب نوروز فراموش نکنین. به خصوص برنامه نگینه ها. They say that spring's coming. Where? When? Hello friends. I and Salim have a very special message for you all. Don't forget to watch the incredible TV shows on Omid TV 24 on Nowruz Eve, especially the Niginaha show. Tashakar, thank you.